Welcome to this beautiful evening here in the Masai Mara in Kenya. My name is Brent Smith. I have Eggsy on camera and I have Doug making sure I don't get lost. So we've got something a little bit special, something we don't see too often in the Sabi Sands, but they do occur, and one of my favorite little critters, and we have a business of banded mongoose. And they're all around that termitaria at the moment. And as you can see, hopefully, there's a head popping up at top. There we go. Hello, little ones. Now, of course, as a lot of our long-time viewers will know, I was lucky enough to have a couple of them as pets while growing up. And though they look like they would be really cute and wonderful to have as a pet, if you're not used to mongoose, they can be quite strange. So they're a very, very social animal, and the social interactions are very, very important. And so one of the ways they say that you're part of the family and that I love you is to scent mark you with their anal gland. And of course, when you've got people coming into your house and suddenly a mongoose scent marks with its anal gland all over their foot, they tend to scream, jump up and down, which generally means the mongoose then gets excited and bites them. But much better to have them out in the wild where they belong. And behind them, as you can probably see, Thunder's nodding, is a nice mixed herd of Thompson's gazelle and impala, and just beyond them is the Mara River. We've been out since you saw us this morning. We haven't returned to camp. We've spent the whole day on an adventure and just testing areas and getting to know everything, and we were very, very lucky today, weren't we, Zander? Too lucky. Yes, we found a female cheetah. Her name is Mlima. She is absolutely gorgeous. It looks like she's just had cubs very recently as well, and we managed to see her hunt and kill a Thompson's gazelle. And hopefully we will be going back to that area in the next couple of weeks, and once we get all the technological stuff sorted. But very exciting. She is beautiful. Now, I did see some little carnivores up ahead, so let's go see if we can catch up with them. Remember, hashtag Safari Live if you'd like to get hold of us. Lady Starfire is wondering, how big are the banded mongoose? Oh, a lot bigger than a dwarf mongoose, probably about 5 or 6 times the size of a dwarf mongoose. They probably weigh about 500 or 600 grams, so probably about that big. A bit bigger than a Yorkshire Terrier. There we go. Oh, disappearing into the long grass. Just let me know if you get a view, Eggs. And just see ears. Here we go. Oh, there's one closer. You see the one closer? Good. Here we go. Black-backed jackal. Now, we have been seeing quite a few of them. Oh, there we go. Off they go. Isn't that gorgeous? So this pair is always around here. So we can definitely hope that they're going to have a litter at some point, and we'll have wonderful little jackal pups to spend some time with. Now, this is also the area where we've seen Grant's gazelle. Now, hopefully they'll be around. Now, I did a bit more research on Grant's gazelle, because I realized, apart from them being my favorite gazelle, although I do like the Tommies as well, is that I didn't quite know where they got their name. So I knew where Tommies got their name from. All the jackals out in the open. How's that looking? There we go. Bit forward. So when? They're moving with the pole. I'll go forward more. How's that? There we go. Off they go. Wonderful little creatures. Octogirl is wondering if the drought affected behind the pole again. Sorry, guys. I can't go back. There's a car. It'd be quite bad if I went back. Well, they're going into the long grass now. Oh, there we go, maybe. How's that? Come forward. Still behind the pole. Way forward, okay. We're going way forward. Hold on. Good. There we go. Yep. The call from eggs. Oh, I'm causing a traffic jam. Hang on. Just let the car go past us. So now, of course, they have disappeared into the... Hi. Good, thanks. We're actually on a live safari. So this is being broadcast live. So yeah, you can find us by just Google or on go into YouTube and use the, type in Safari Live. Yeah, so it's cutting between here and South Africa. So we've got two different crews working in different areas. Okay, so we're going to say goodbye. We're going to see what else we can find, and while we do that, let's go across to James back in South Africa. Hi guys, I was busy telling you about how a Grant's gazelle got its name, and fortunately I came across two boys with no girlfriends. Sorry for them, but of course they have started moving. You got them? Yeah. There we go. Two beautiful male Grant's gazelles. Now you can see they're quite a bit bigger than the Tommies. I'm in such a two minds whether I prefer Tommies or Grants. I think I like Grants more. Now, like the Tommies, they're also named after a Scotsman, and he was more famous for he was more famous for actually being part of a larger expedition that was launched by Speke and Burton to find the source of the Nile, and he actually wrote a book on the botany of that trip. So he was also the first person, well, European. Lots of people knew about them far beforehand, but he was the first European to shoot and classify the Thompson's gazelle. The Grant's gazelle. He was also a military man, but there we go. They are absolutely gorgeous. Now, further south from here, towards the Tanzanian border, we did see bigger groups of them, and I'm hoping we're going to see a lot more of them as well. But it has just been the most spectacular day. I mean, we've been out. What time did we wake up? Sunday, 5:30. We've been out and about since 5:30, and we're still wide awake. It's just so exciting being out here. Where are those? They're coming towards you. It's so elegant, the pole. Oh, they're going past the pole. What should we name the poles under?
Many words.
Xander says he would like to call the pole many words. I think none of them are fit for air. But yes, Bree, you're correct. Their horns are massive. I think that's what makes them quite spectacular. And they're very, very pale, and the coloration, I just really like it. They are exquisite. Look at that. And there's been quite a lot of cloud building today, so I think we might get some rain overnight or tomorrow, which is good news and keeps the wildebeest coming this way. Look at that. Now, where'd the topi go? Oh, there's some topi about here as well. Now, topi are a subspecies of sesame, and the fastest running land antelope. Well, I suppose you don't get any flying or swimming antelopes, so the fastest antelope in Africa. Forward again. Oh, you've got them over there. Xander's on it. There we go. There you go, the topi. Now, they have really interesting displays, and I'm hoping we're going to be able to see some of it. Maybe later on today, as we carry on heading towards the north, the males will stand on termite mounds opposite each other and suddenly just decide to have a silly 5 minutes, and they'll take off at that incredibly fast speed and chase each other about. Vicky, oh Vicky. Vicky's wondering what happened with that baby buffalo last night. Vicky, we went back to that exact same spot this morning. We couldn't see any sign of sort of a kill, but with a buffalo of that size, there's a very good strong chance the hyenas would have taken it off into pieces. We could see the little herd that buffalo calf was part of, but I couldn't see that individual. They were quite far from the road in a really big muddy swamp. So I'm hoping now that it's got a bit warmer during the day, they might have moved out. We're not far we're probably about 2 or 3 kilometers from where that excitement took place last night. So our plan is now we're heading north along the Mara River, and we've been way down south on the Tanzanian border, and we're going to go head back towards, see if we can find the Ngama Pride of Lions again. Now, in this area, we're always keeping a lookout for Scar, probably one of the most famous lions in the world. Now, he hadn't been seen for a while. Then I heard from one of the Ngama guides that he was actually seen 2 or 3 days ago, but looking really, really bad. Apparently, he's very, very skinny. Skins and bones, his hips are sticking out. But he is 13 or 14 years old, so that is not unusual. But I would still really, really love to see him. Hopefully, he's in better condition than when he was last seen. Okay, let's continue on our East African adventure here from the Masai Triangle in Kenya. And aren't we lucky? We get to travel around 2 countries in one safari. Let's go back to Taylor on the Djuma in South Africa. Look at this, guys. We've made our way back to the Ngama Pride where we started this morning. And there are 2 females there. And they're wondering where on earth they left their little cubs. Now, those 4 gorgeous bundles of joy we saw a little bit earlier. There are 7 in total in the Ngama Pride. And the little ones are right here next to us. And I think one of them has spotted Mom. I can't hear if they're calling yet, but I'm pretty sure they will find them. We don't have much time, unfortunately, before we have to start making our way back up to the top of the mountain. But just to give you an idea, you can see those 4 little gorgeous cubs. There's another 3 with, I think, one of the other females in the grass, long grass behind. But just to give you an idea of the incredible... Oh yes, off they go. I've seen Mom, or they've heard Mom calling. Off they go. Bundling. We've got to climb up the mountain to get oh look there, Mom, look at the... Oh, and there's another one calling behind us. Oh, there's another lioness.